Welcome. So this is going to be podcast 10 in my series of Who Let the Master Out. In the previous episodes, we've talked about tools that will help us on our journey, and this will be the last episode focusing on tools before we start talking about where we are headed next. I call this episode Superpower Boot Camp because we're going to quickly cover the top 5 superpowers that all of us have laying dormant within us. They're all based on our power of choice. We've been taught that decisions about what is expected in life are made for us, and that these are all decided outside of ourselves. And this is a lie. Listen to me. This is a lie. Every moment is full of one choice. It's between unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. This power of choice can be expressed in many ways. And in my podcast series, The Power of Choice, I focus on 5 major superpowers. The power to laugh, the power of thank you, the power of now, the power of no, and the power to question. And I'm going to quickly run through these, but if you want more detailed information on them, please check out the Power of Choice podcast series. It's free. Or I have a book coming out in January of 2018 called Soup or Power, which deals with this subject as well. Alrighty, here we go. So the power to laugh. Laughter is healing. It changes our perception of the world in an instant. Grinning, smiling, chuckling, giggling, snickering, and laughing are all related. And within them is an energy that can help transform our emotions from victimhood to victory. Discovering that we can instantly choose to laugh or smile about what is happening, even if this isn't what we've been taught we should do in that situation, it allows us to ignite new energy into that moment. We don't have to live under the reign of the unkind king or the sorrow-filled queen. We're able to be the jester of our own court. Let out a hearty laugh. Have a blast, changing your life from one of suppression to one of freedom. The power of thank you. One of the stronger grips our fear ego holds is the belief that we don't or won't have enough. It tells us we are incomplete and that certain things have to happen or be obtained in order for us to be whole, lovable, or complete. But we can break out of this cycle by being thankful for one thing we already do have. Then we can focus on another item to be thankful for, and then another, and then another. We can leave behind thoughts of incompleteness by sitting in gratitude and contemplating that we don't have to be anyone or anything other than what we are already. The power of now. So life happens in this moment. Our fear ego, who we hired to guide us on this incredible journey, knows that in order for us to experience contrasting fear and all its uncomfortable emotions, it must draw us into fantasizing about the future or dreaming about the past. And it's in then these 2 places we feel out of control. Peace is attainable when we release the future into the hands of whatever higher power we trust. We can know that everything will turn out for our highest experience because we are unconditionally loved. Why wouldn't everything be for our highest good? Some comfort can be gained in the knowledge that regardless of what comes at us, we have the ability to choose what it means to us and about us. So really, it don't matter what happens. We'll be fine if we choose to be. The power of no. From an early age, we're taught through praise and punishment to not resist. We're forbidden to say no to a request or order from someone in authority, whether it's parents, teachers, religious leaders, political leaders, police officers, that list goes on. But we've been conditioned to believe that in a large society like ours, no one is in a position to disobey or reject the demands of institutional authority. But discovering that we are solely responsible for our own emotional choices frees us from being responsible for others' emotions. We are empowered to take back our lives. We diminish our power when we allow others to manipulate our emotional choices. Feeling guilt is really nothing more than fear of rejection. We feel bad about an action because of someone else's emotional reaction, whether it's real or imagined. But realizing our power of no highlights the fact that we never have to do anything we don't want to do. Yes. Every cause has an effect, and action creates results, but we still never have to do anything we don't want to do. We just have to live with the external outcome. And finally, the power to question. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And it is when we are unhappy and disappointed in the world as we see it that we begin to question our beliefs. Your life happens inside you. My life happens inside me. And sometimes our actions may leak over into each other's life, but only the actions do. The emotions stay contained within ourselves. Actions based on emotions are external. So throwing things or crying, disappearing from someone's life, or giving hugs and smiles. But the emotions themselves and the emotions each of us individually chooses happen inside each of us and nowhere else. It might take a bit of courage to begin to question your thoughts, but try not to take on your entire life all at once. Just take several deep breaths and decide to look at one simple belief, no more than one. And remember that there is no requirement to change the belief. Just question it. Take a look at it. All right, well, there we have it, the Superpower Boot Camp. Listen to this as many times as you need to, or listen to the Power of Choice podcast series or the book Super or Power if you want more information. Next episode, we're going to chat about the map of our journey ahead. How exciting. But until then, break the cycle. Be free. Be big, because we're giants in a world of giants who have been taught that we're weak and small. It's time to rise. It's time to let your master out.